I had to do that. It's been a while, so just a little preface. This video is not going to be an ASMR video. Well, maybe a little bit, and you'll see why, but I'm really excited. I'm a little bit irritated, but that's why I don't have my lipstick on, or like my hair was like really curled and like styled, and I was feeling myself a little bit, and I was just like, this is too much over something so little, but like the meaning behind it to me is so big. So I'm gonna be talking in my normal voice today, so just a little preface, and I'm just gonna jump right into it because okay, so if you guys haven't, like, if you guys don't really follow social media other than like YouTube and everything, I completely understand, trust me. Like I like stress myself out going through like the same 3 apps over and over for hours every day, like following everybody's life and, you know, deciding what I'm going to post next, and you know what I mean? Like it's particularly the worst when my kids are in school and I can't bother them, so I just get on social media all day because I don't film until nighttime, which I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But I recently signed a lease. Worst decision. I want to go back to my mommies. Like literally, like my mom and I got into this huge fight, and I've been trying to, like, I'm like 27 years old talking like I'm a child, but it's okay. And we got into a fight because I moved out of her attic, which is where I have filmed for years now. Like I moved in 2 years ago at my mother's house, and I'm going to end up going back. Like that's what's ultimately going to happen because I got this beautiful studio. It really is beautiful. Like it's a perfect space for me. And the reason I decided to move out of her house was because she really likes her alone time and I like my alone time, and we kind of had this agreement for 2 years where I would come over, I would go straight upstairs, she would be quiet for an hour or two because she does the same thing I do. You know, she's older, she likes to just relax, drink her Pepsi, eat her Cheez-Its, and like be a troll on Facebook. That's what my mother likes to do. I'm like, you do you live your life, it's cool. But eventually it started clashing in regards to, like, I would go down and like maybe use a prop from her, like what do you call them, utensils. I would take her forks and like go upstairs and like, you know, get them all spotty, and I'd forget to wash them, and like it's just things like that. So like, and so eventually I was like, you know what, it's time for me to kind of move on. So I decided to ask my landlord, who has helped me the past 2 years with space. If you guys remember the stalker crazy psycho neighbor story, insert psycho neighbor here.
What's it take to make all the childish stuff end? Of course you don't. The blaring of the music, the intentional stomping around, it's just childish, okay? What can make it end?
I'm not doing anything, I'm living my life.
Yeah, there's that. I'll include the link to that story time down below. Good times, good times. And then it turns out that this crazy neighbor recently was having problems with my landlord and like going crazy on her. So she like was like, you need to go. But anyway, so yeah, I got this studio space here, and it's a great space. It's basically a 1-bedroom apartment is all it is. It comes with like a bathroom. I'm in the main bedroom right now, and then, you know, the kitchen, and I made the like living room space my makeup area where I get ready, and my desk space where I, will answer emails and do everything at once. So instead of being 2 hours at my mother's house and then coming home when my kids are home, and, doing work there and not being able to pay full attention to them, I decided, okay, maybe it's time to get a space full time. And ultimately, my goal was to go while they were in school, but unfortunately, I spent, I think, like $300+ trying to soundproof this room. There are tiles everywhere. Like, actually, they are right beside me because they're all falling off the walls. Because I use this adhesive. You probably can't see it because of the lighting, but it's like this adhesive stick spray, and you stick them on the walls. It's usually what people do to hang them up. And the heat and humidity in the apartment is just like slowly peeling like the 120 tiles that I have on the wall right now off. So it's just becoming slowly a very big disaster for me. So that is why I have not filmed a studio tour. But in the past couple months, some very big things are happening, and I'm really excited. And I know that like it doesn't seem like much is happening, and that's because I can't really talk about it, and that's fine. But one of those things is something small, but it really means a lot to me, because if you guys have been part of this family for a long time, I have been on YouTube since 2014, and that's a long time. That's 6 years, you know what I mean? And this has become my life, and it feels like I just started maybe like a few months ago doing this. It always feels new to me. As an ASMR artist and somebody who is considered a content creator, insert SpongeBob meme, no. I get burnout, I get all the other stuff, but like I never take for granted the life that I've been given. And the reason I've been given this life, as I always state, is because of you watching this. Whether you are a hater of our channel, whether you are a lover of our channel, you have supported my lifestyle, whether that be emotionally, physically, and especially financially. And I'm very grateful for that. If you guys don't know, which I'm not going to get into this whole story, that is not what this video is about. I had a very rough past because of my actions specifically, but more so because of, the people around me and things like that. But ultimately, I have always made my own decisions. I have always made my own mistakes. One of those mistakes, a long time ago, back in 2015, I had lost my children. I made some very poor decisions and neglectful actions. I had my daughter, and after I had my daughter, it was 2 kids, severe postpartum depression. I stopped paying attention to them. I stopped paying attention to everybody. And I mean, even though, and I always state this, my children were always fed, they were always taken care of, their environment was garbage. Literally, we lived in filth, and I cared about nothing. I laid in bed. I slept all the time. It was a very bad period of my life. Overall, after a long period of time of 2 years, I finally was given them back by the state of Pennsylvania. And I always like to say that if you are aware of like Pennsylvania state laws in regards to child protective services, I usually call it CYS, they don't give children back to their mothers. So I did something right. And to this day, we live as a very, very, very happy, intact family. With that being said, that is probably one of the biggest mistakes and choices that I ever made in my life, was to lose my children, was to lose the family that I had around me because of my poor choices. And with that, building something on the side, something to keep me occupied, something to keep me feeling a little less alone, that was you guys here on YouTube. You guys saw something in me. I was very open about my story back when. You guys stuck around. You guys gave me a chance, and I hope to this day I didn't disappoint you. Some of my actions prior to that, such as my negativity in words, I think, how could I, have done some of these things? It's just very interesting for the person who I am now compared to the person I was back then. And I always like to think, if I could change, anybody can. It's impossible for nobody not to change if I can change. So with that being said, that leads me up to today, and back to the whole point of me even saying, if you guys have followed our channel for a long time, you guys may have remembered me always stating that I will never, ever put out merch. For some reason, something inside me was like, okay, it's kind of like a little bit tacky to put out like clothing with your name on it and like people wear it, and it's like, well, why? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And then I think like, okay, well, who are my favorite people? And like my favorite music artist is Tom York by Radiohead. And I'm like, okay, so maybe I'll wear his face on a shirt. But I don't know, I just really wasn't into the idea. But as our family grew, this is where the story comes in as to why I chose to do this. So when ASMR creators or just any content creator, their subscriber count, you guys, I consider my family, but I'm going to consider you in just normal generalized terms for right now, which is technically you are a subscriber on YouTube and I am the content creator. Once a content creator's subscriber count grows a little bit, you get many offers to do lots of things, and I feel like my eyes have not, oh my god, this thing has not been showing my face for like 15 minutes, and I'm sorry for that. Alright, you're getting thrown around. I'm sorry. Bear with me. Bear with me, family. Okay, wait. Wait. We're gonna have to do an edit. I don't want to do an edit. That is not the point of this video. Okay. I'm gonna be a little crooked. Or maybe not. Okay, we're good. So anyway. Again, when content creator subscriber counts grows on YouTube, they begin getting a lot of offers. You may have noticed that I've picked up a few sponsorships in the month of March. Like probably I had 2 sponsorships every week in that month, and that's great. It's really good. I love doing sponsorships. I used to hate doing them because I was like, I'm not going to be paid to talk about a product I don't believe in. But it turns out that that's not really always how it is. A lot of brands like to work around the creators, what do you call them, guidelines, I guess, but you know, I really enjoy doing them. It's really helped me out. It's helped my family out. It's helped my life out. And on top of that, I've always loved doing it for the fact that it's doing what I love. I have never gotten tired of doing ASMR. I have never gotten tired of reading your comments or just speaking to you generally and being there for you. I feel like I have to burp, so I am going to edit this out. All right, I had to. Like, that was a huge thing back in like 2016. Everybody was like, why do you leave your burps in your videos? I'm like, I'm just trying to be real. Like, it's all right. No, kidding. It's just because I was lazy. But so fast forward, and I was offered recently back in February to make, because it's taken a couple months to make a piece of merchandise, and I had my choice. I had my choice of hoodies, I had the choice of mugs, I had the choice of t-shirts, and if you guys remember the issue I had with one brand, it was something fire. I can't remember the name of the brand that I was working with to make a t-shirt that said the quote that I always state, that I love you with all of my person, I'll see you tomorrow. And it all just blew up and went to shit. There were people from another website who were contacting that website stating all kinds of false, hateful things, and then they were coming to me, and like, it was just a really big problematic situation, because I have learned not to respond to those people, and when you don't respond, they just eventually start commenting on like your looks and everything like that. They just try to control. Once they can't control you, they try to control the way others see you, and I'm just like, all right, so it ends there. So here we are, and I chose to make one thing, and I have a story behind it. You can find that story on the actual link that I'll link down below as to why I chose this. So if you guys have followed for a long time still, you guys may know that I love music festivals. I go to one specific music festival ground every single year, all summer. Summer is from May, well, sometimes March, from May until like October, up until Halloween. And even in the winter months, they have festivals at this place, and it's called Nelson's Ledges Quarry Park. My Facebook is really where I share most of my personal information. It's just where I've always been. It has nothing to do with just the trash over there. Well, I mean, ultimately I am, but that's okay too. And so if you ever want to like go peep my photos or whatever, you can find hundreds of photos from Nelson's over there. I am just always at this festival ground every summer. Last year we took our son camping. It was just the most, it's like walking into another reality. And the first time I went there was the worst experience I've ever had in my life, which I can include that story time down in the description as well. What had happened was I was left in the woods by myself at 15 years old, 16 actually, I had just turned 16, with a bunch of drugs in my system, and it was a very, very dangerous situation, a very poor time. But I did not let those people dictate my future at this festival ground, because the place is a very, very good place. I just chose to be with the wrong people. And going on from there, my experiences became, just greater and greater every time. And last year was the best summer of my life. It really was. We spent so much time with our kids. Like, we took them, because they're getting older now, you know what I mean? We don't have to just take them to the park. We can take them to roller coaster parks. We can take them, and what's excellent is I would have never in my life been able to do the things with my kids if I did not have this platform. There are so many reasons why YouTube is so meaningful to me, and without the platform of YouTube, I would have never met half of you. And another thing, meeting you guys in person, I have met so many of you in the past about a year and a half, because it started really probably last June. No, you know what? I don't know, but it was like a year and a half ago. People would come up to me, even in my hometown, and be like, "You're Karuna Satori." I'm like, oh my God, this is so weird. Because, you just walk past the crowd and you feel like you don't stand out. At least that's how I feel. I feel like I don't stand out. I feel like, I just have a really bland look. Does that make sense? Like, I'm just like part of everything. Like, I just blend and nobody really notices me. And to actually have somebody come up and be like, "I watch your ASMR, like I fall asleep to your ASMR," is a great feeling. It's something it's like it's not real. That's what it feels like. And to have people like be like, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe this is you." It's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you even see anything in me." Because to be completely honest with you guys, I really, and I don't want to get sad over this. This is really not meant to be a super meaningful video. I'm just trying to tell my story as to why I chose to do this. And I feel like I am like someone now. Like, does that make sense? Like, I feel like people really do care about me. Like, I do have feelings that are valid. When back in 2015, when I was losing my kids, not one person ever believed in me. Nobody. And I'm not saying that I was ever deserving of help, but I reached out to so many people when I had my daughter before it should hit the fan, and I was like, "I really need help. Can somebody help me? I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling suicidal. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling that." And nobody, my mother-in-law's, my husband's side of the family hated me. Many of you may know that story. To make it short, here I am. And it's just incredible. I've met so many of you guys. My life has changed being here on YouTube. It really has. I never would have thought I would be like a YouTuber. I never thought that people would like look at me and be like, "She has something that I like about her. Like, I like her ASMR. I like watching her." Fast forward rewind back to the festival grounds. And one thing when I first started going to festivals was my favorite thing that I thought was so cool was people would sell merch at these festival grounds, right? And some people would have like blankets, and some people would have beach towels, because they have a quarry and they call it the beach. And you could get the Nelson's Ledges Quarry Park beach towels and put them on the sand. And I always wanted one, but they were so damn expensive. For like $30 back then. I'm like, I literally had to like sell shit to get into this festival ground at 15, even though the age is 18. So just give me a break. And but one of my favorite things were these like couples that would walk up and down the pathways at the festivals, and they would have these cork boards, and there would be like so many different pins on these cork boards, right? Like, I don't know, like 30 different designs of like just different pins from the festivals. And like one would be like, "Oh, Bad Fish 2008, or Classics Fest," which is one of my favorites of 2017 was my absolute favorite, or 2018, it was last year. Best time I've ever had, besides like when I was younger, in my younger days. And I don't know what it was. I thought it was so cool. And they would just like sit on the pathways, right? And they'd be smoking and just enjoying everybody's company. And they'd have their cork boards set up, and like people could come, and you meet different people and you talk to different people. And, you know, there were always the ones that were like, yo, buy my pins, I'll trade you some like for some pins. I'm like, oh my God, no, I don't have any money. So, you know, there'd be those people. But ultimately, I keep saying that, it was a great experience. So this year, when I got a offer to make merch, I decided to jump in and go for it. And I chose pins. There's really no surprise. I already posted it on Facebook and Twitter. And today, as you're seeing this video, you can click the link down in the description. And if you'd like to support these pins and wear them, what I thought was so cool is like, at festival grounds, you see people with their like backpacks and their purses and their like, what do you call those things? Oh, fanny packs or whatever, like wearing around their waist. But that's besides the point. It's funny. And they would have their collection of pins. And last year, I specifically remember I was in a little bit different state of mind. I wasn't feeling well. I was sitting at a bench up front, and there was this girl. She had this really like cool tan like backpack sort of thing, and there was this pin, and it was like so brightly colored, and I was like, oh my God, where'd you get your pin? And she told me it was this musician. I forgot when I left, so I don't expect these to go far, but it was just really cool. I had a conversation with her, and it made me feel a little less alone in the moment, as my husband was getting cheese fries, or at least attempting to order cheese fries. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so I chose pins because I feel like, rather than a hoodie that, you know, you have to change and like you can't like wear all the time, you have this with you all the time. And I don't know, I just thought it was really cool, so I'm gonna show it to you and tap on it a little bit, and then that's it. I have some pins, guys, and I'm really excited because, oh no, I dropped that, because I just feel like this is kind of like a representation of how far like we've grown. And the reason I always say we, and the reason I always say our, is because this is ours. Like if you guys all left like tomorrow, then nobody would be watching. Does that make sense? There would be no connection. So there is a connection, and I like to call this family, because when I lost all of my family, including my 2 kids for 2 years, the only people that I had in my life, not even my husband, were you guys. So that's why it means so much to me. With that being said, here's my little pin. I'm so proud of this little pin. It's so cute. I had this drawing painted, well, not painted, but digitally painted, I guess, by some like app. I don't know. I think it was at Fiverr. I think it was. You like hire people to draw stuff for you, and I was like, well, I was going to ask to use one of the drawings that a family member made of ours, but their channel is like gone, and I don't want to like, I'm legally not allowed to take people's art that, you know, that even are drawn of mine. It's not my art, you know what I mean? So, and I wouldn't want to do that. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, just, all right. So I am probably going to have to refocus the video when I get up close, but so the reason that the drawing is the way it is because it represents me at a festival, and with my little brush here, like ready to give people ASMR, and the things, it's so bright, and like, I don't know, it just kind of represents me overall. I really have no like deep meaning about the description. Like, I sent an idea, they drew it, and it was perfect in my opinion. The only thing I'm like not really fond of is the font, and that's just because I wanted to include I love you with all of my person, but it was too small to put on the pin, and nobody wants to wear giant buttons. I think those are like so irritating because they just smack like this, back. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. So here, oh my God, I'm gonna have to focus, you guys. Ready? Come on, focus. Come on. I'm gonna do like a camera, what do you call it? Camera zoom in with my other camera after I'm done filming this video. So hold on, let me refocus. Yes, I just realized this. I use these like, what do you call them? Cotton pads. Olivia Casper ASMR has always kept that in my head. She would always say, cotton pads, cotton ball. And I loved it. And like, I use it to focus because the white on it creates like the color background. Like, watch, hold on. All right, I'm just focusing on my face. It like completely goes out, but then I hold this up and it like makes the color green in the background really like the way I want it, kind of relaxing. So yeah, you guys, this is the pin and it's far away. I'm going to just do a little up close zoom on it here in a bit with my Canon camera. And you guys notice that it's like really quiet now. I've been here for like 45 minutes, like trying to decide if I want to do my hair and get ready for this video because it was so fucking loud. And I was like, I can't take this. I can't go home. I'm not going home because I have to drive all the way back here, like just losing time. And now it's like pitch quiet, of course. But so this is the pin though. And again, I'm going to do a little close up if you can't see it very well, but from far away. Can like wear it right here. I'm gonna put it on. I haven't put this pin on yet. I'm really excited. So here's the back. It's a little butterfly back. I had the choice. It was like, oh my god, so what they call it, bougie. So bougie with my choices. Oh, get out of here. I'm getting out. I'm walking myself out. Okay. So I can't believe I'm putting this pin on. I'm like, oh, I can't breathe. Okay, so I get really excited. Did you ever get like really excited and like your voices, or you like lose your breath? You're like, and like that's kind of how I feel right now. Because I didn't even take the back off this yet. I've been showing everybody this pin. Like there's this guy who's my husband's friend, and like we've chatted for years. It's this, and I was like telling him about it, and like he's like, can you send me one? I'm like, yeah, I can send you one. Like, oh my god. And then there's this girl on my Facebook, and she was like, my daughter watches you, and she's like, thank you for giving me some time to myself at night, like putting on ASMR. I'm like, oh my god, can I send your daughter a pin? Like, I just want to give these pins everywhere. Like, I don't know, it's just a pin. Like, if you guys, I thought about doing a giveaway, but then I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because, like, I don't know. But, okay. So, I can't believe I'm putting a pin of mine on. This is hilarious. Can you believe it? Okay. Oh, it's not sharp enough. Oh, it is. Okay. Are you guys ready? I'm putting the back on with a pin with my picture on it. I'm, like, so excited over a fucking pin. A pin! A pen! But I don't know, it means so much. Like, it really does. I'm like getting all teary-eyed because of it. It's like, oh, it's one of the pins that hangs. Oh, fail. No, I'm kidding. There it is, guys. It's a little pin. It's my pin. So, I hope you guys like it because I really like it. And it's about how big it is, because I'm pretty big. I have been stuck in teenage mode for years now, and it only took a group of people to tell me otherwise to start dressing like an adult to where I think I should be. But this is more relaxed for me today. But yeah, I am not a small anymore, guys. I am a size 6 in jeans, and my hips spread when I had my kids. So I'm no longer 15, able to wear a size 1 or 3. I don't know why that matters, but it's just funny. I'm trying to like scale to size, like a size 6 jeans with a medium top, like it matters. But the point is like if you want to wear this on like your hoodie or something, it's gonna be this small compared, you know, so whatever. But that's really exciting, and I can't believe I'm wearing my own pin right now. I'm like a child. But I will include the zoom in right here. And that's all I got, family. I have pins as merch now, so if you'd like, you can click the link down in the description bar. I'll leave it at the top. I'll pin it in the comments. You're gonna see it on social media everywhere for like a whole day. Like every social media. I like never ever use Instagram ever in life. There's something about Instagram that I just don't like. I don't know what it is. I like love selfies, but I always post them on Facebook. It's so weird. Like people on Facebook seem more personable than people on Instagram. Does that make sense? Like the likes feel more real over there. You know what I mean? But okay. So here's my pin, guys. And I hope if you would like one, you can purchase it down below. And I don't know anything about Teespring's like shipping or anything else. Like I added 10 to my cart, and like they charge $2 for shipping on each one. So tell me what you think about that down below. And that's it, family. I'm really excited. So I hope I can share these with you, and you can support them on like your backpack or like your fanny pack or put it on your jeans. I remember people in the 90s, I used to put buttons everywhere on my jeans, and then like I'd run into a door hinge and it would unbutton the pin and then stab me in the thigh. And like those are good memories, you know, those are like the real memories. But so I really hope I'm sending one to a few ASM artists, one being GB, because if it wasn't for GB, I wouldn't be able to put out merch. I don't think people realize GB has a huge part in not just the ASMR community, but a lot of things. And she is more than just an ASM artist. She has been a friend to me. She has been there in hard times for me. And I am really hoping to collab with her by the end of this year. So that being said, you guys, I love you. And in these types of videos, when I say it, it just feels like you're there compared to like me doing a role play and I'm like, well, I love you with all of my person. And I know that I'm acting, but it's like with these videos, it's like when I say it, it feels real, you know, I can feel it. Like I can hear you or something. I don't know. So I love you with all of my person, and I will see you tomorrow, family. Bye.